Hey, hey, hey. What up, everybody? It's your girl, Melissa. Woo woo. Hey, y'all. It is Friday afternoon. I don't know about y'all, but it is hot out there, and it is crazy.
Is it?
Nice. One. Mic check one. Hold on. This, okay. All right. See what that heat's doing to me, messing up your girl. Oh, come on, somebody. I'm gonna get it together. Well, today, y'all, I'm so excited because I have the one, the only, the blessed right here live with us tonight on Ignite. And so I'm super excited. And so for all of our audience and all of our viewers, just to let them know a little bit about you and who you are.
What up, guys? Hope everybody's doing good because on this side, we blessed up. My name is Ricardo Valdovinos. I'm from San Diego, California. I'm a professional athlete, boxer, 8-1, as well as a personal trainer, sports performance trainer. I'm an individual who's an advocate of inspiration and motivation. I love to do good in life. I like to proceed and look at life perspective with the best views that I could get. No matter when a day is going bad, I try to take the best out of it and make it the best outcome of that day. And that's the type of individual I am, a go-getter, a person that just wants to succeed with the best version of himself.
Yes, and this guy, let me tell you. So, for those of you that don't know who the blessed one, you're about to learn real quick, all the way. But I met him about 3 years ago. It's been about 3 years, right? 3 years ago, I met, I call you Junior, but I met Junior, and let me tell you, this guy is so amazing, and just his drive and his passion and just his story in general of where he's come from and what he's had to fight through to get where he's at. It's just so amazing. And I wanted to highlight to you today because, as you know, the month of June is all about celebrating them kings. Come on, king. And you are a king in my eyes. And, I love your perseverance and just every day, like you're pushing to do something new and, even the progress that you make even outside of boxing. And so for those of you that don't know, you are a pro boxer. You are 8-1. Yes, correct? Yes.
Correcto.
Yes, 8-1, guys. So don't get yourself knocked out there in them streets. But 8-1, he started his own business and training, and he's just got so much going on. So I kind of want to talk about before we get into like your other stuff that you've been on, a journey with. I kind of want to talk about your journey before you got into boxing. Like, how did you get there? What drives you?
That's what made me who I am. That journey. I love the process. A lot of individuals in this life try to cut out the process, knowing the process is where all the magic happens, where all the rainbows, all the colors, all the scriptures, everything through the process. You learn so much more than what you can learn from success when you obtain that goal that you're looking for,
Yeah. And I know, so how did you get into boxing? Where did it start from? What got you to where you
being
are?
Being a badass.
That he is? Come on.
Yeah, so what got me into boxing, growing up, some of my uncles did boxing, they trained. They never turned professional, but it ran in the family, But growing up, I didn't come from a bad family. I came from a really good stable, But growing up, I didn't have the discipline. I didn't have the structure. I didn't have that type of mentality that I wanted to do better. I was just going about the day and just causing trouble, I was just doing whatever I thought was best for me at that moment. And getting into situations, confrontations that weren't necessarily led me to getting into fights, led me to getting suspended from school, led me to getting put in jail, and did some times from that, And it got to a point where I started realizing, like, what am I doing? What is this path gonna lead me to? The only way it's gonna lead me to is either the coffin or it's gonna lead me in that coffin to jail. And that's not who I am because I ain't meant to be locked up. That cage's for the bird. I ain't no bird. You feel me? I'm meant to fly. And that's what drove me towards that altercation of being a better version of myself and pursuing that boxing. I always loved fighting. So I told myself, why am I fighting in the streets just for fun when I could make it either a hobby, a sport, or I could make it a passion? And when I decided to hop in the gym that first time, the coaches told me, you know what, you're gonna spar the first day because they knew I had it in me. I sparred some guys that already had a lot of experience. So I went in the gym. I was like, all right, I'm about that life. I ain't no scared. I ain't scared of life, so I may be scared of another individual.
Yeah.
So since that day that I put focus on going to that gym, since that day I never missed a day on going to the gym on purpose. And since that day, I could definitely say it was a life changing situation that made me the person I am today.
That's amazing. And I like how you said that because, when you get into the cage, right? Like that ain't meant for you to be in the cage. And it shows in everything that you do. Like you are out there to fight and keep pushing and you're not meant to stay at a certain level. You constantly keep improving and keep pushing. And the thing that I love about you too is that you have a lot of humility and genuineness as well. And so even in those times, you had one loss, and that's I'm gonna put it out there. That's the only loss you're gonna have in your whole career. But one loss, but even with that one loss, everybody got to see that it's like, all right, it's okay. I took a step back. Let me get back in there and let me keep pushing. Like it didn't drag you down. I think we all have those moments where it's a little like we all do, right? We have that little pity moment, like like we're kind of hard on ourselves. But it's that defining choice of moving forward and moving past that and learning from that. And I constantly see that from you, and you continue to grow and keep moving forward. And so, how did, you got in the cage, they put you sparring. How did it go about when you got your first fight? And, how did all that come about? And who did you get connected with that got you that opportunity?
Yeah, so like you said, that loss that I took, of course it's a loss. Even if it's a lesson learned, it's a loss, in the books, but not in life, not in my life. I'm the type of person that likes to face adversity. Like I was just saying, connecting on this Zoom, I wasn't working on my computer, so I had to adjust. I had to make the situation turn around ASAP because it was about to start. I didn't want nobody to miss it, so I had to make some adjustments quick. I've always did. I've always done my best when adversity hits or a challenge hits. A lot of people fold. A lot of people fold under pressure. A lot of people break. And I'm the type of person that I'm willing to face my fears. I'm willing to take that leap of faith. I'm willing to take a loss because out of that loss, there's so much momentum that you can gain when you keep an underdog type of mindset that you're still hungry enough to pursue with what you were going for before you got hit back and hit against the wall.
Yeah.
And I've always been that type of individual that I love it. And the only type of individuals that will laugh at you or try to make an embarrassment moment out of it is the individuals that ain't even doing shit in their life. They're over there probably on the fucking sofa watching Netflix. Like you gonna laugh at me when you ain't even taking chances? So I'm the type of individual I really don't care what people have to say because I know I did something to try to pursue a better version of myself and my life. So how I got into the boxing scene, like I said, I was just causing trouble. And I told my mom, you know what, I want to do some boxing. But her, she's been my mother all my life, so she seen me going in and out of sports. I was always an athlete. I'm very athletic, and she didn't think I was serious. But she still gave me the benefit of the doubt. She took me to a gym in National City. It's called CYAC now. And well, the trainer that I trained with for so long, he was known because He went to national tournaments. He made national amateurs, and I trained with him. So going into sparring just with guys that had more experience, that taught me a lot. I was always a type of individual who liked to learn, who liked to learn from the best, who liked to learn with individuals who are 10 steps ahead of me. Because if I try to learn from somebody in back of me, I won't say I won't learn anything, but I'll just get held on their standards. So I've always thought to be better than I was yesterday, I have to be better than that person. That's myself. Feel me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I was about. So like I said, I never missed a day. Since that first day that I took a step in that gym and I walked through those doors, I never took a step outside of it where I never came back. And it just the thing about boxing, I don't care about fame. I love the passion because it's taught me so much discipline. It taught me so much structure. It taught me so much motivation, knowing how much the body can endure pain. A lot of people, when they feel pain, they're like, oh, I can't do it. They want to be soft, but the body can adapt to anything. It's all a mindset at the end of the day. And it taught me so much how to be so driven about something that you really love that it put fuel in my fire, and it just made me blow up to a person that I am right now. And like you said, I'm very genuine. I'm very happy. I'm very excited. I'm a clown, but as well I can be serious. But I have all those traits that make me who I am, and I believe like I'm out to be somebody great.
Well, I believe you are already somebody great. The worldwide hasn't seen you yet, so but they're gonna, and one thing that I love that you said is like having that mindset, right? And we had that mindset and talking about a loss earlier. It's never really a loss, and I had actually talked about this, I believe it was last week or the week before. But I always take as your loss isn't really a loss. It's still you're winning, right? You still win out of it. And I think everything is like a learned lesson, like you said. And we always have something to win out of that situation. And again, it's your mindset, your perspective on how you look at things and how you keep pushing and moving forward.
Definitely, definitely. It's everything. Everything in this life is a mindset. Like even this corona thing is a mindset. They want to project fear, and fear, what does it do? It holds a lot of people back. But those who are awoke, those who have awakened to the circumstances of fear, is just an illusion, an image. It's like you can't stop a person because fear is not going to hold them back anymore. And when you're able to get that momentum, it's going to catapult you to further extent. And there's no stopping it, because you're going to come full forward. It's either you're going to try to stop it, you're going to get knocked with it, or you're going to just let it pass by.
Yeah, and fear does that to a lot of people. Like it paralyzes them, and I think that was one of the questions not so long ago that was heard, not on the show but somewhere else. That they said, what is the one thing that holds everybody back? And it's fear. Fear puts that paralyzation inside of you that you can't move forward, you can't push, you can't do this. And once you can pass that fear, and I believe that fear is anything, like spiritually, mentally, emotionally, like everything. Once you can pass that fear, you can move mountains per se, and you can see so many different things and so many opportunities. And so, you know, speaking of fear, how was it in your first fight when you were in there? Were you a little scared? I mean, were you a little nervous?
Like, as in my first fight,
Yeah,
I
your
wouldn't
first
say
fight.
I wouldn't say scared, because I've done so much in life and I faced so many things and so many adversities, so many challenges. I got ran over. I got bit by a rottweiler in the head when I was like 6 years old. I got shot at. I almost got killed in my own car. I done so many things, so I wouldn't say it was fear going into the fight, but of course, butterflies, nervousness. It's something I never done. So going up to something that I never faced is gonna put that little temptation, like, yo, are you really about this or not? Is it gonna break you or make you?
Yeah.
And as soon as that bell ring, just like any other party, they can say, it's butterflies, it's nervousness, But as soon as that first bell rings, it's like the adrenaline kicks up. My ADD kicked in. I was like, I'm tanked. Let's make it happen. What I mean? I've always been a person that's driven off my mindset that I'm gonna go. There's nothing that's gonna stop me. because I'm hungry. I'm hungry for everything that I know I deserve and I'm out to be. Ain't nobody gonna tell me you can't do this, you can't do that. If I want it, guess what? I'm gonna get it. And I just always been that person. So having that type of mindset in my first fight really helped me out. And luckily, my first fight I stopped the guy. So it was awesome.
That's good. And so, you've had a couple fights. And so, what are some of your best fights? What are some of your best challengers out there that kind of made you a little run for your money out there?
My last fight, he had little tricks up his sleeve. He had some little dirty tactics, but it's part of the game. Like I said, you gotta adjust because not everything in life is gonna be fair, and that's how I look at boxing. Life comes with those challenges. And of course you have to have that type of mindset if you want to proceed. And the way you perceive it and how you perspective the views of it is like it's either gonna make you or break you. So my last fight, what I would probably say was the most difficult ones, because I had to adjust every single round. There was not a round where I was comfortable. He made me very uncomfortable, and I love it because, like I said, when challenges come, when fears come, when adversity comes, when things make you go against the wall, it's like, yo, it's either you're gonna stay stuck or you're gonna make something out of it. So I could definitely say that last fight was probably my most difficult one. And the second to that was probably about three fights before that one. It was a very challenging fight. I went all the rounds. Um, as well, he has some tricks up his sleeve, and but like I said, you just have to adjust. You have to learn how to adjust with the timing.
Yeah.
Because if you move too fast, something worse can happen. Or if you move too slow, it's like you're gonna miss an opportunity that was presented to you to be able to make you an individual to his success. So I just believe in adjustment in any situation, any circumstance.
Yeah, that's so good. I'm like, that's a word right there. Adjust with the timing, because I think a lot of times we get stuck, right? And uh, even in this, like right now, even though we're like in type of a pandemic, all the stuff that's going on right now, we're adjusting, and really putting our mind to like what we can achieve, and we have the time right now to focus on where we want to go next, right? And so adjusting
Definitely.
to those
This
times,
this
you know.
this is the best time to really make you an individual. It's either you're going to be an entrepreneur or you're going to keep going to that 9 to 5 job that you don't like, that you hate. Right now is the best time because everything has slowed down. That's how I look at it. This was my time to really reflect on life and what I'm doing, my mistakes, my goods, everything. All my assets, my qualities, what I need to take out, what I need to upgrade. And I believe a lot of individuals right now during this so-called pandemic, I don't believe it is, but it is what it is. I can't control that. I just got to control what's in front of me and whatever I can, and how I want to live my life. So this is a time that I think is time to make some adjustments. You cannot go back to normal. You cannot go back to that life you were living because guess what? You're gonna live off that depression, off that anxiety, off that stress, off that worries, off that overthinking, all those. So if you go back after this and you're living that same type of lifestyle, I don't know why the hell you're living. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, that's so good. I preach over here, just preach. But moving and going and making those adjustments, man, like it's so crucial. And I think you're gonna see like the people coming out of it, right? The people that took the time, the people that moved and needed to make those adjustments. I had talked about that not too long ago about making self inventory checks. Like this is the perfect time to assess and make everything that you need to do, especially when you're an entrepreneur or like as yourself a boxer, and also not only being a pro boxer, but you are a trainer as well. And so I kind of want to talk about that because I know it probably stemmed from your boxing, but let's talk about how your training took effect and how you started that business, how it's going, and how everything's working out for you.
Like right now, I can guarantee you, right now during this pandemic, while everybody's complaining and crying, it's probably the best time of my life, the best clients I've ever had, the best income I've ever had during this pandemic. You know, let me tell you a little bit. So this year alone, I was probably making the most money I have ever made in my life. Right before this pandemic happened. So of course, I've never been the type to go based off money, and I don't, it doesn't make me happy. That's just a little funny that you need to survive, of course, but to thrive, you need to be internally happy, and that's who I am. But when this pandemic hit, I felt that first week, I felt like everything just got stripped away because I'm an entrepreneur. I'm self-employed. I can't train any clients. I just felt like everything got stripped away. I was like, I was doing so good. Now, why do I deserve this? It's like I wasn't getting no income until this day. I still ain't got no stimulus check. You feel me? I still haven't got it, but it's all good. So I told myself that first week I had a little rough week. I started doubting myself. I started putting negative thoughts in my mind. But knowing the individual that I am, I snapped at her. I was like, "This ain't you. You better than this, bro. Like you gotta put two and two together. Whatever it multiplies, or whatever the income is, whatever the outcome is, whatever you're gonna get out of it, you're gonna get out of it." So me, I'm a big believer in manifestation, speaking things into existence, writing things into existence. As you guys can see, my wall in the back. I write shit. I truly believe that. So when this hit that first week, I was like, cool. I started writing everything I'm about to get back. I'm like, I'm gonna get everything back 10 times more than what I had. And little by little, like shooting stars, it just started coming down to me. Boom, 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 left and right. Clients coming in and out of nowhere. I'm starting to get some checks. I'm starting to get some income. I was like, all right, man, this is what's meant. This was meant to be. And if I put worries on situations that I can't control, you're gonna start doubting yourself. You're gonna start overthinking. You're gonna start plotting things that ain't even fucking true. You're gonna put things in your imagination. It's like, yo, like, what are you doing? You're not even living in the moment. You're living in another fantasy, in another world. So, uh, I believe, like I said, I believe this is the best time to really reflect on your life, who you are, and about training, the motivation that I'm able to project out into individuals is what gives me the drive to wake up every morning and go to the gym and be able to train my clients.
Yeah, and I like how you said that. We started off the year with Ignite here on Ignite with write the vision and make it clean, and it's also in scripture. It says write the vision and make it clean, and there's nothing like seeing something that you wrote down that to keep going after. And even like if you forget about it, when you go back and you look back in that book, or like in your case, your wall, or a lot of us have vision boards, whatever it may be, when you go back and you look at what you wrote down, like it's right there in front of you. It's plain, like it's there, and you keep working towards that, right? And I love how you said, like the power of our words, because again, like the power of our words have life and death. You can speak life, you can speak death, and so constantly speaking life into your situation, speaking life over your dreams, speaking life over whatever it may be, constantly speaking that. And how you said we got to get out of that mindset of like, oh, with those negative thoughts, and watching what we consume and what we let in, and I think that's the difference between making us going further or that which is pulling us back.
Definitely, definitely. I understand everything you're saying. It's definitely true. It's it's the same thing. If you want positive, speak positive out, because I guarantee you positive is gonna come back. And if you're trying to live negative, well, keep being negative. Keep speaking negative, because the universe hears it and is gonna project it right back to you. Whatever you're asking for, whatever you're speaking, is gonna hand it to you. You better be ready for what you ask for. At the end of the day, energy, that's energy. Energy is something you can't miss. You could get away from a gunshot wound. You could get away from a car. You could get away from the police. But energy is something you cannot miss. You could get away from the cameras, but energy is always going to be surrounded by you.
Yeah, and then you kind of cut out there a little bit, so I didn't hear the last of it. But your energy, yeah, you're right. Like there's a lot of things you could get away from, but your energy you can't. And it goes to that old saying, like, what does it say? Misery attracts misery, or bad company attracts bad company.
Yeah. Misery loves bad company.
Yeah, there you go. I know it was one of those.
One of those. It still works. I understood it.
Yeah, so, it's always like, again, putting yourself in those communities of those people that help you and lift you up, but also those communities that speak life back into you and push you to that next level as well. And so, you know, you have a great support system, with your family. And I just see how much your family loves you and supports you. Your dad, like your dad's a champ. I'm always seeing your dad and your mom and even your sister out there constantly supporting you and have such a huge group and a big community. So talk about that, how good your community is, those people that surround you. What do they do to encourage you and help you to keep pushing?
To be honest, I didn't even know I had so many supporters till I started fighting. They just started coming from every direction. I don't know if it's for the good or I don't know if it's for the bad. Some individuals I don't even talk to, but I just believe it's because of my energy. Who I am, who I'm out to be. They see the good qualities that I carry, and if you don't like me for those reasons, it's like something's not wrong with me. Something's wrong with you. You know. And I believe I attract a lot of people. I attract a lot of people because of my personality of how outgoing I am. I love talking to people. I love networking. I like taking advice. I like learning. I'm always an open ear, like an open book.
Yeah.
And I put myself out there because I'm not an individual that's ashamed or embarrassed or afraid to be confronted of who I am because I know who I am and I'm very confident on who I carry. And I believe I attract a lot of people because they love that. They're like, damn, this motherfucker's real. This motherfucker's honest, raw, authentic. You can't get that a lot of people in life because they are afraid of what others have the opinion about them.
Yeah, I know. Like when I met you 3 years ago, when I reached out to you, and I'm just one of those people. I'm always like, hey, what's up? Like, but
I was like, hey, honestly, I was like, who's this? I don't know. You know what I mean?
You're like, who's this chick from Colorado? Like, what's going on? What's happening here? But just kind of like how you said, like your personality and who you were, that's what attracted me to you, and just your drive. That was something that was, before even like the boxing and all that, just seeing your drive and your passion and just constantly moving, and that's what attracted me to you, because it was like, man, like there's those people, that always make you want to level up. Like there's no competition in there. It's just like, man, he's doing this and he's moving great things, doing great things. Like I need to step up my game too. And it's not like we're in the same field or anything like that, but you have those people that inspire you and push you, that want to make you do more. And I know, like meeting, networking, reaching out to people. We were talking about that. You were talking about that, and just reaching out to people you don't know. Reaching out and finding new people and learning them and listening to them, and you could. There's so many opportunities out there, and I know, like since talking to you, the first day, like we just kind of hit it off, and I was like, okay, man, what's up?
Yeah, definitely. We build a big relationship. It's like we known each other for many years, more than 3 years, and that's how it feels like because I just believe the the authenticity that we carry and what we're trying to do is just it can't go unnoticed. It just can't because how can something so real go unnoticed when it's just being projected out how it's supposed to be, fluid, flush.
Yeah, and I mean, like, let me tell you, like, this guy is just so amazing. Just all the things that he does, like he's just the most genuine
I'm sorry, how many individuals are watching?
There's, let's see, I'm on a watch party. You can do it on watch party. You can share it. So we'll just take a brief intermission for those of you that are tuning in right now. I am talking with Ricardo Valdivinos, the blessed one out of San Diego, California, pro boxer, also has his own training business. Also, for those of you that are watching right now, just to let you know that KUHS Denver has connected with Operation Feed the 303. And so to donate and be a part of, this is with Food Bank of the Rockies, to donate and be a part of helping feeding our communities and with the operation, you can go to kuhsdenver.com and you can get all the information on there and see how you can contribute. with Operation Feed the 303. And so any and all donations are welcome. And also give you time to help serve your community and serve others out there that are in need. And so we have, again, for those of you that are tuning in, there's a lot of people. We call ourselves local here because we're not only local here in Colorado, but we are global across the world. KUHFdenver.com. We have everyone from the UK to South Africa, from California, New Mexico, New York. We hit all around the world coming into your homes over the airwaves and online. So we have tons of viewers watching you, tons of viewers who I know are going to get inspired. Like we have one right here, Misha Lay.
How can I see them?
You can see it on the live feed. So if you go to the live feed on Ignite with Melissa, you can see the live comments. You can also start a watch party. So those of you that are watching and want to share, you're more than welcome to share, start a watch party. We love seeing all your comments and everything that you say. Good afternoon, Frank. Thank you for tuning in. Mary, Misha Lay, Nico, Josue, Christina. There's a lot more. I'm on a delay a little bit, so sometimes it doesn't show me like everything. So once I get off, like I can see everybody that viewed. Danielle, what's going on? Nina, thank you so much. So thank you guys always for tuning in and watching and listening and inviting us into your homes and into your airwaves. And so, I want to speak to you about your training because let me tell you, your training, man, I was watching it. I always watch you, but some of it I'm like, I would have already died on that training. Like you're always pushing.
What training would you like to talk about?
So all of it. So like for our viewers and even those listening in California, those looking for a trainer, what do you specialize in? What do you do? How can they get a hold of you? How can they reach you?
What I specialize in right now is personal training of weight loss, muscle building, burning fat, tone up, or just to get healthy, just to have a better mindset, better perspective of life. Because a lot of individuals are so comfortable in the daily living that they're living in that they don't know anything else outside of that square, outside of that comfort zone. And what I'm out to be and what I would like to be is to get individuals to be the full potential that they are, to be able to ignite that type of mindset in their vision, knowing that they can do that. And I believe every individual in this earth has the potential, has the power, but not everyone is willing to dig themselves out of it. And I feel that's what more of my training consists of. Yeah, I do the physical training, but a lot of it is mentally. I try to motivate them so much.
Yeah, you do, and I see your videos, and you constantly pushing people. You would be that trainer that I'd want to throw something at, like I don't want to do this.
I like my energy too, my energy, people just don't come to me just for fun, it's just my energy, my charisma, my loyalty, whatever I project out, my personality is just so ongoing, it's like it's fun, it's like a club in there, I love to dance, I like to make jokes, it's just like a Disneyland in there, you know what I mean? I don't want it to be like just work. No, you're meant to live life.
Yeah, and it's a constant, like, it's even fun, like, watching you on all your lives and all your feeds, like, there's just so much energy there, like you said, and it's fun, it's like, when you're in that atmosphere of having fun, but also working and doing your best, like, that just makes the best combination, so.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so, also, I want to talk about who are some of the people that inspired you. So I know, like, there's your family and friends and stuff like that, but who are some of the people that you look up to? I know you are one who reads, one who, there are certain people that you look up to. So as far as boxing, those people that inspire you and push you, who are some of those people that have pushed you, whether it be celebrities, motivational speakers, that just has like really impacted your life, and like what has it done for you?
I hear a lot of motivational speakers every morning. I try to tune in when I'm on my way to work. I put a motivational video on YouTube. I hear a couple like Tony Robinson, Dean Guzin. I hear Eric Thomas, Les Brown. and a couple others. I can't recall their names, but I love hearing it because even though I'm a strong-minded person, I've always liked to get that chip on my shoulder, like, yo, you got this. And I could definitely say just a variety. I can't say a specific person at this time, but it's just a variety of individuals who have already accomplished what they were trying to accomplish, but the same type of background that I'm coming from or came from, and knowing they had to go through tribulations, knowing it's going to be difficult. Easy does no justice. Easy, you don't learn anything. You have to go through situations where it's very difficult. And of course, like I said, you have to love the process. And just hearing their stories on what they went through, how they went through it, what they did, the adjustment, it just puts a better understanding in my mind on what I'm trying out to be. And I'm not gonna try, I'm gonna do it. Even though I failed, guess what? I'm still gonna get back up, tie my shoes right, put my Levi's on right, and we headed to the top, and that's it. Let's go.
Yes, let's go. And I know before all this crazy stuff started happening, we're trying to get you out here in Colorado. So we're gonna
try. We're gonna make it happen.
Yeah, we're gonna make it happen. We had a little stumble in the block, but that's okay because we're gonna get around it. But Colorado, watch out because we're gonna get the blessed one out here on a bout. And so I'm excited for that because I can't wait till you come to Colorado because I know there's a lot of people cheering you on. And you got a large fan base in California, so California might have to come out to Colorado.
Must, it's a must. There's no way around it.
Yes, so I'm excited for those opportunities coming up and working on things and getting things happening here. Me and Junior have talked for a long time. We're always trying to make things happen and make things. We're gonna make it happen. And how we're talking about the process. It's been a process. We've been trying and we've been moving things, but I believe that we're gonna make it happen more sooner than later. So
it's definitely coming. It's just everything with its due time. Like I said, you have to adjust. Imagine if it happened the first time and you would have quit. Imagine.
Oh, he went out. You went out in your screen, so I don't know if you can hear me. Your screen went out on the iPhone.
My bad. Somebody was calling me.
Okay, so go ahead. You cut out there, but.
Sorry, so they put this back. This is what happens. Live tries to throw things your way like this.
Yes, but it's okay. So since you're fixing
really
that,
happens.
and when we can get you back on the screen, but I know you can still hear it. One of the questions is for Michelet, and she asked, "Do you have virtual options?" And virtual options so as far as your training and stuff like that.
All right, so sorry, I didn't hear anything you had to say because life threw me this curveball right now. But I'm still at the plate, ready to hit that home run. What's
no
up?
worries. So I was saying while you were setting that up, Michelet actually had a question. Do you have virtual options? And that was kind of a little bit further back when talking about your training. So do you have virtual options so as far as training other people outside of obviously?
That's a good question, because unfortunately not at this time. I do not, but I am getting there. That's the next step I'm going to do because a lot of individuals have constantly hit me up like, hey, do you have training programs that you can do online that we can do at home? And unfortunately, I haven't got there because I don't just want to rush into the process and just do. I don't want to do anything that's not 100%.
Yeah.
I want to give it my full potential, everything I have out to give, so I could be the best and you guys could love it. So unfortunately, not at this time. But you could definitely stay tuned on my Instagram at the real blessed _1_93, and you can stay tuned and for sure, that's my next momentum of doing some virtual training.
And so speaking of virtual training and everything like that, I kind of just jump into it. But where are the places that they can get connected with you? What are your handles so as far as all social media? What social media platforms can they connect with you with?
On my social media platforms, you can connect with me on Facebook, Junior, JUNIOR, Valdovinos, V as in Victor, AL, D as in David, O, V as in Victor, INOS. And on Instagram, like I once said, it's at the real blessed number one underscore 93. Once again, it's at the real blessed one underscore 93. And you can hear all my motivation in every single platform on social media. I'm always speaking motivation, always inspiration, and something might not click with you with the subject that I'm speaking, but I guarantee you something that I speak out through the day, it will hit you directly. And on my Snapchat, I think it's the real blessed one underscore 93.
So I'll drop all of those, as you guys know, always after. I'll drop all those links in the video below so you guys can get connected and stay connected to our guests and, follow what they're doing, go like their pages, and just, connect with new people, new opportunities.
Yeah, connect with me. I love speaking to new people. I love talking. I like talking ideas. You probably have something that I'm trying to learn. Maybe I have something that you're trying to learn. We could connect together and we could be so powerful. But you can never know if you ain't willing to get to know that situation.
Yeah, and that's so true because I think a lot of times, we're kind of talking about it a little bit earlier, but a lot of times, like you get that fear of like, oh, should I reach out or all this? But I even know, like for me, when I reach out like to people on Facebook or Instagram, whatever it may be, like it's because I always see something and I always like admire something in that person, like their level of like where their business is or spiritually or just there's different things. You can connect with people on so many different things, and there's so much walks of life. And it's like just get connected. You don't know what opportunities could arise out of that.
Definitely, yeah. Like I said, and once again, the circumstance of that not reaching out is that little fear. And once fear kicks in, self doubt starts kicking in, insecurity starts kicking in, and by the time you know it, you don't do it. You go the next week and then you regret it because you didn't because of that fear. So sometimes you shouldn't even second think it. You should just go and work off that instinct, off of that gut feeling. If you feel something is right, go for it. Do not overthink because it would hold you back.
Yeah, I always say that I had told somebody this a while back, but by the time you're 100% sure of doing something, you've already missed that opportunity.
Definitely.
And so, it's always good just to reach out and learn, and even if you want to be a stalker, just go stalk.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Like growing up, they always told us don't copy anybody. Copycat. They made fun of you, but you have to copy things that individuals have already done in those phases that you're trying to reach. I'm not saying do every single step that they took. But copy things that they did and put it into your own arsenal. And by doing that, you have to be connected with them, or you have to take that chance on reaching out to them.
Yeah, I like how you said that though, because when it's not necessarily copying. I think sometimes like there's always all these great ideas and people have tried it before, right? But it takes that one person who has that enough passion, that enough drive to take that thing, turn it around, make it their own, and push it and move forward. So, I know a lot of people are like, don't copy, and it's not copying in the sense of like copying word for word or copying that, but like you said, there's those ideas and those things that people have done before. But what can you learn from that? Redo it, remake it in your process and what you're doing, and push it out there to the world and to your success.
Yeah, you just have to hold yourself accountable and make it happen. It's like you could have so much support. Your family could care about you, but at the end of the day, nobody's gonna go after that vision. Nobody's gonna go after that plan. Nobody's gonna go after that goal because nobody understands it more than you do, and nobody's gonna care about it. I'm not saying they don't care, but they're not gonna care about it how you do. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah. So, what is one thing, whether it's a quote or just something that someone's ever told you that has always stuck with you, that has motivated you, that you would want to share with our audience that maybe it would motivate them and inspire them as well?
It was recently too that I think I was reading or I can't remember if it was a video, but it was like never hold your expectations or never what was it? never hold your expectations. I can't recall the exact word, but it's like never hold your expectation towards someone that's not even qualified on what you're trying to do. Everybody has so much to speak, but make sure their degree is a qualified degree on what they're telling you. Because if you're trying to reach a goal and they're telling you don't do this, don't do that, but they had never even reached that goal and they're not even qualified, how can they tell you you can't do it or you're never gonna do it or you shouldn't do it? How can you understand that? And how can you listen to someone that's not qualified? And that has helped me out. It's like don't go seeking for validation. That's what it was, validation. Do not validate your opinion over no, do not validate someone else's opinion over yours when they are not qualified.
Come on. I'm taking my shoe off. Hurry, Tom, throw that at you. You can take my chancla off. But yes, it's so true. And I like that because it's true, like it's kinda in the sense of right, if this person's never been married, why are you going to take marriage advice for them, right? So it's always like, don't be looking for advice for the people that haven't been there themselves. And I think that's also too like a really good thing about like always having like those leaders and mentors who are in your life, people that have been in those situations that can help guide you because they've been there before. They know what's happened. They know the maybe not all of it, but they know the wrongs and ins and rights of things. And so it's always good to have like those leaders and those mentors, for accountability and growth. And so it's always a good thing. And so, what are you expecting, for the years ahead? What do you got in store for boxing, for training?
Greatness.
Everything.
I can't define it. It's just greatness. I just see it. I just see it unfolding greatness. I'm a be somewhere. I'm gonna be somebody big, and the world's about to know me, even though a percentage already does, I just feel very great. I feel confident. I don't know what's coming my way, but I know it's something better than what is today, And today I love it, I love every day. Every day that I'm able to get out that bed, get out of that comfy bed, put on my shoes, and I take a breath, I was like, you know what? I'm alive. I'm doing better than most. As long as I'm healthy and I'm living and I'm living, I'm taking deep breath, that means you're living. That's life. That's life.
That's so good.
And I'm so grateful for that because a lot of people, I'm telling you, they take it for granted. Sometimes I take things for granted of not, I don't want to go to the gym, but when I get injured, it's like, damn, why did I miss that day? I take it for granted. And those little things like this, a lot of individuals went into depression when this quarantine happened. They didn't want to go to that 9 to 5 job that they didn't like, But when this shit hit, it's like now it's reflecting back on you. It's backfiring. It's like, damn, I should have did this. Maybe it wasn't that bad. Maybe my life is not this bad. This is fucking bad.
Yeah, and I still love that because just waking up, like you said, just there's so much to be grateful for. We're blessed to just wake up and have another breath of life, opening our eyes, the little things, having a home over our head, being able to sleep in a bed. There's so many things that we do take for granted, and it's like, no, we don't have it that bad, like we're blessed. We're a blessed people, we're a blessed nation, and we do take those stuff for granted. And so I like that you brought that up because it's like every day wake up, be grateful for the things that you have, and just waking up and having another day of life.
Definitely, I don't mean wake up at like 3, 5 in the afternoon.
You already waked up the day.
I don't know about that type of waking up because you already have a whole day missed. I'm talking about waking up at like 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, maybe 8 the latest. Because then you gotta
come on, you gotta preach that.
Like another 24, like another 20 hours ahead of you, 18 hours ahead of you. You could accomplish so much with that little bit of time. But if you wake up at 3 in the afternoon, 12 in the afternoon, you only got about like 7 hours to do something before you go back to sleep again.
I love how you said that.
And it's true. You just have to be grateful for the little things. Yesterday, I think I spoke about this yesterday. What helps me is I don't focus on the things I don't have, on the things that I want. I don't focus on that. Of course, I'm gonna obtain it. I have to work towards it. But what I do focus on is living in a house, having a car, and being able to wake up every morning. With those three things, you're doing better than most. And whatever else you want, it's a necessity, and you can go out there and get it. But if you don't have those three things, how will you get it? If you don't got a house, you're gonna be struggling. You're not gonna even focus on what you want. If you don't have a car, then you're gonna be focused on how you're gonna get to that place. And if you don't wake up, you done. You done. Where are you going? Where you done?
Yeah. Well, I hope you wake up in the morning. And that goes back
I ain't
to
hoping.
tomorrow's never promised.
I'm gonna wake up.
Yes.
That's fine. And that's why I live. I don't live for yesterday. I don't live for tomorrow. You know where I live by? I live right now. This moment. This moment matters. Because like I'm not trying to put no fucking salt in my head. But I could walk out this house and something could happen. And it's all done in gravy. Ain't no mashed potatoes, but it's done in gravy.
I heard you were cooking something back there for us. No.
Nothing's cooking in the oven. I don't even know how it's gonna turn out.
Yeah. Well, what? I wanted to ask you because you have so much there's just so much drive in you and so much passion in you. What would you say for those, especially people who are into boxing? I know there's a lot of boxers, a couple boxers that are on here that are watching you. Aspiring boxers too. That what would you say to encourage them to get them where they want to be? So as far as a professional career such as yourself.
Boxing already a difficult sport, man. It's a very challenging sport. It's nothing easy about it. You have to put some time and effort into it to accomplish some things. Like you don't have to be the most skilled, but the one that does the most work, the work ethic will outdo the work of that skill. And it comes down to having that mindset. How to be driven, how to be so passionate about what you're doing that there's no stopping you. No matter what block you have to hit, no matter what bump in the road, what bump in the road you have to come across. It's like just having that mindset of being a go-getter, a hustler. Like you go make it happen one way or another. I could definitely say like advice that has helped me. Maybe it'll help them. I can't speak for someone else. But an advice on what I could really tell has helped me, and maybe it'll help a lot of people, is having the type of mindset of knowing what you want and that you will obtain it with no excuses.
Yeah, that's good. And before the show's getting ready to end, and before we head out, speaking of mindset, one of the things I want to ask you, because I always find this as an interesting question, but do you believe your physical set and your mindset as well both need to be healthy to move forward? Because I think sometimes people think like you just have to be right mentally and not physically. But do you believe they both tie together?
I definitely think you have to be mentally at 100%, because if you're not mentally, you could be 100% physically, but it will just detour you and deteriorate everything you have to offer, everything about your body. It's not gonna feel good. You can like say this for example. You know what I mean? You can have a six pack, or you can have the biggest ass, you can have the biggest boobs, but if you're not mentally stable, you're not gonna be looking good. You're gonna be ugly because of your personality. You're gonna project that. So I believe that you should feel good before you try to look good, because when you feel good, your confidence is up and you look good. So I definitely believe, in my perspective, my opinion, maybe someone else thinks otherwise, and that's okay. But I definitely have to say that your mindset and the way you feel about yourself makes you a more lovable person, more image of yourself, and makes you just a better person overall.
Yeah. And so, that's so good. And, it is true. Like, once you are healthy on the inside and you're there in your perspective, like, it shows everywhere else. And so it's so good and such good advice. And, I hope all y'all hear that.
Definitely. It's confidence. Confidence. It's like you're going to walk out into the streets with so much confidence, ain't nobody gonna fuck with you. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody gonna try to belittle you. Ain't nobody gonna try to put you down because you're walking with your head tall. You know, you're walking with your chest up. It's like you're the shit. You know, you're the shit. I'm not saying be cocky. Don't think you're the fucking shit like that. You know, but you hold yourself accountable to those actions that it just makes you like, wow, this person is a shit. Like, you know, they got something going on for themselves, you know, and it doesn't matter about the physical part, it matters about the mindset, the way you feel, the way you think. You know, that's what I truly believe is
Yeah.
more important.
And also the way you move, you know, like it all ties
Yeah.
together.
You have to be able to move, you know.
Yes. And so, you know, I'm just so excited to have you on today and just get to share you with the world of who I met and who I know and who I see and just all the greatness you have in you. And you know, again, we're celebrating Kings all this month. And this king right here has accomplished so much, has gone through so much, and is still pushing and moving to greater levels and new things. And so I just wanted to celebrate you, King, on the show, and thank you for coming on and you know just speaking to everybody all the great knowledge and all the great words that you have, and you know it might be words of affirmation for some of those out there that are listening. And you know, just again excited to have you on, and excited to have you in Colorado, and we're gonna make it happen.
Let's make it happen. I'm ready for that. You know, I'm ready. I've been trying to catch a flight during this coronavirus, but they said they ain't ready for you. So I was like, all right, I'll wait my turn. You know, I'll wait in line. You know, just like everybody else did. So, but I believe it'll happen. You know, I have so much confidence. You know, that's why we still trying to pursue it, even though it hasn't happened. You know, it will happen, and I believe it's when the time is right. You know, you have to be patient. Patience is virtue, and it's key to everything. Because if you try to unlock a door knowing you don't even have the key for it, guess what? It's never gonna open. You know, so you have to be patient with that key. You know, to really look at what door is about to be opened, and you have to go full throttle when it opens because that's what you asked for. So you have to be ready. You cannot play with it. You know, because when an opportunity presents itself, it's like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna be like, oh shit, I ain't ready. So what the hell? I mean, what the fuck? No, but I.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go.
But I appreciate you for reaching out to me. Even that first day, knowing you didn't even know me. You know what I mean? Even though I was like a little skeptical because I'm a little skeptical on everybody I don't know. You know, I have a lot of trust issues. Like, you know what I mean? You got to build my trust. But when you reached out to me, like there's something that you know, nah, she's good. You know, and just I appreciate you for reaching out to me, even though you didn't know me. And since then, it's been a wrap. You know, it's been a Christmas present. You know, and it's been dope. It's been a dope ride, you know, on this journey with knowing you and you knowing me.
Yeah, and I thank you so much, and you know, for everyone, even like people who know me personally, even such as yourself, you know, I always thank people like because I say thank you for letting me be a part of your journey, you know, because we have this walk of life and we continue to move and you know I always see it as a blessing when you get to be part of someone's journey, whether it's friendship or whatever it may be, but friendship mostly. But you know, whatever it is that you get to be a part of that person's journey, and if you're lucky enough, you get to walk with it through them through life together. But even if it's just for a season, I always say thank you for letting me be part of your journey and walking with you, and letting me be a part of your story, you know. And so I thank you, you know, for even like you said that day, you know, just embracing me and you know, like we picked it up, we're like we're already down, come on, and just connected and just walking this journey and you know, you have those friends and in life that you know you don't have to talk every day, but you're connected, and that's you know I've always seen our friendship like that. We always pick up like where we left off, and we're always like no time has ever passed us by, and we always just pick up and keep on going. And so I'm just so excited because I know there's great things for you out there. And I can't wait to see you reach the top and reach all of them. In my eyes, you're already at the top, but in the world's eyes, you know, even making it further and reaching the top points and the goals, especially that you want to achieve and that you want to accomplish. And I'm always here rooting for you. I know you got some new fans and followers after this. They'll be rooting for you and following you and continuing. And so, you know, before we head out, I know we're a little over, but before we head out, is there anybody that you want to give a shout out to or anything you want to say to anybody that may be watching or even rewatching on a rebroadcast replay?
I want to give a shout out to you. You know what I mean? For bringing me on, and I want to give a shout out to anybody that's tuned in. You know, everybody that take time out of their special day because every day is special. So if you were able to take time out of your day to watch this live, I appreciate you guys. I'll give you guys a shout out. You know what I mean? That's what matters. This was what this live was about. Anybody else, and they missed out. I'm not saying they're not important, you know, but for anybody that tuned in and take time out of their day, I really know that's special because there's a lot of things happening in our lives that sometimes we get caught up in or it's so important. But if you were able to take time to let me know, I appreciate you guys, and I hope that one thing that I said is able to help you guys in your life to get that momentum that you really need and push you to further extents to be motivated, you know, because in life, it's either you're gonna have pain no matter what. It's either you're gonna have pain going through those phases on reaching your goal, you're gonna have pain and regret. So sometimes in life, you really gotta reflect back, take a step back, and really think about it. Like, would you rather have pain and sorrow and get buried alive, or would you have that and have that pain of regret, or would you have rather that pain of going through those tribulations, knowing you're digging yourself out, you're climbing through those trenches, you're climbing those mountains, you're doing everything that you can to reach the top of the full potential of yourself, you know. So you really got to tell yourself what type of pain you would rather feel, you know. And once again, I appreciate your guys' time, and like I said, hopefully there's something that I was able to say that connected with you, and if you want to talk personally, she'll inform you on where to reach me, and I'll be happy to, you know, I'll be happy to better assist you on whatever you have to ask.
Yes, well, I'm so excited, and thank you. Even dropping more words and more knowledge before we head out. Always been full of wisdom here, so thank you so much. And shout out to your family because I know your family's a big supporter, and so shout out to your mom and dad and your sister. You know, I don't know them personally, but I've seen them and kind of talked. I kind of talked to your dad a little bit, but you know, shout out to your family, man, and your supporters. And you just have a great community, and I love that. And I love seeing the connection you guys have and all the love. And so I just want to thank you again for coming on today. And when you get out here in Colorado, we're gonna have you live in the studio.
I'm game. I'm game. You know, there's no questions there. I'll take a Uber. I'll take an Uber over there.
No, you know I got you covered. You know I got you covered, fam. And so I'm so excited. So again, thank you so much. And guys, thank you so much for tuning in as always on Ignite with Melissa, also for KUHS. As I always tell you guys, thank you for taking time out of your day, wherever you're at, your jobs, at home, in your car, listening on the airwaves, watching live. Thank you for taking this time out to, share us and put us on your airwaves. And we just thank you for all your support and all that you do. Again, if you would like to get connected with Operation Feed the 303, go to kuhsdenver.com. You can get connected. And as always, guys, if no one has told you today, I want to tell you that you have purpose, you are loved, and you belong. So your man, the blessed one, this king right here signing out, your girl signing out on KUHS Denver, Ignite with Melissa. Love, peace, and God bless y'all.
All right, y'all. Y'all stay blessed. Bless up. It's the only way, y'all. Have a good one. Peace.